Next on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, we are live tonight in the city of Prosser after the city fires its administrator. Alyssa Warner will join us with the new information. Stacy?
And the mountains are about to get hammered with snow. We're going to experience wet and blustering conditions here in the lower elevations. I'll give you all the latest developments in my first alert weather forecast.
I'm Emily Goodell with Apple Valley News Now. The Toppenish School Board has voted to fire former Superintendent John Cerna after a year of paid admin leave. But Cerna's lawyer tells me it's not over quite yet. We'll have that coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
And a very good Tuesday evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed. First at 5, the city of Prosser abruptly announcing that the city administrator has been let go effective immediately. We first brought you the story last night during breaking news. Tonight, my colleague Alyssa Warner has been working throughout the day to get more information about what happened. She joins us live from Prosser. So Alyssa, what have you learned tonight?
Hey, Austin. So I spoke with the former city administrator and the current Prosser mayor today. So far, it sounds like a kind of complicated situation. So we know as of yesterday, the mayor decided to let the city administrator go without cause. That becomes a little bit complicated because in the city administrator's contract, as I found out, he's entitled to up to 3 months of severance pay as part of that contract ending. Now, I spoke with Tom Glover earlier today. He told me he had been on family medical leave. He said yesterday nobody from the city reached out directly to confirm that he had gotten the notification about losing his job before the announcement went public. Now, Glover had served the Prosser for several years as a city administrator. The mayor was elected last fall and sworn in just last month. Now, I did speak to him. He said that he had been in talks with the city administrator before late last month in the process of slowly starting to ease him out. He says it's part of the process of sometimes when you have a new mayor, it is their prerogative to step in and assign some new city staff. So we're going to hear from him coming up tonight at 6. There is also a city council meeting here tonight. So far, there is not on the agenda to talk about the police chief's resignation on Friday or the city administrators being let go on Monday. We do know there is time for a citizen comment, so we will be at that meeting and we'll let you know what happens there. But for right now, live in Prosser, I'm Alyssa Warner for Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Alyssa, thank you for that, and she'll be back at 6 tonight with more updates. Other news, the Toppenish School Board unanimously voted last night at the board meeting to fire former Superintendent John Cerna, who's been out on paid administrative leave since February of last year. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell has been following the controversy surrounding Cerna's tenure as superintendent and has more about the facts leading up to this decision.
I spoke to one school board member who told me they only recently received the results of a third-party investigation into allegations brought up by the state auditor's office concerning John Cerna's spending in his time as superintendent. The state auditor's office published a report on November 21st, 2022, alleging that, among other things, Cerna received raises without any oversight and paid the former high school vice principal, who was also his son, more than $7,000 for wrestling coach duties he never performed. Cerna was also allegedly overpaid for district reimbursements, including his car allowance, phone and internet stipend, and cash outs for his vacation leave balance. That added up to more than $20,000, which the board ordered Cerna to pay back to the city in December. Cerna has been on paid non-disciplinary administrative leave since February 2023, and the board has been waiting on the results of the outside investigation to make a decision. Results they plan to release publicly in the coming days.
After reading the report that came out from that good faith investigation from an outside investigator, the Toppenish School Board took action,
voting to terminate Cerna's contract at last night's meeting. However, I spoke to Bill Pickett, a local attorney hired by Cerna, who says this case isn't quite over yet. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Okay, Emily, stay with us for updates. Turning to our weather, it is a first alert weather day as the mountains are about to get buried in snowfall. And we could see some wet conditions in the lowlands. Stacy Lee is tracking your first alert weather forecast now. Stacy?
That's right, Austin. We're already seeing that snow. We're taking a look at the Cascades there between Seattle and Cle Elum, seeing that light snow tonight. And here's where we're really going to focus on tonight. We're going to see blizzard-like conditions across the Blue Mountains between Pendleton and LeGrand. Lots of snow falling already this evening. Showers in the Hermiston area. Take a look at these winter storm warnings around the area. Cascades looking at 2 to 4 feet by Thursday morning, dealing with gusty winds up to 40 miles an hour. East slopes of the Cascades here, 12 to 22 inches, winds up to 55 miles an hour. And those Blue Mountains, well, we could see 8 to 19 inches and 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's blizzard level. Difficult to impossible travel. Here's the setup. Again, quite a massive storm. We're not only getting rain flow from the South Pacific, but we're getting this cold front moving down from Canada and Alaska into the area, bringing all of that heavy snow and precipitation. And it's going to continue into Thursday. So look for scattered showers. Wet and windy Wednesday here in the lower elevations. That heavy mountain snow, that's going to continue at least through Thursday. We could even see a wintry mix in our lower elevations around here. Now let's shift gears and talk about that beautiful sunrise this morning. Here's our sunrise time lapse for you this morning. Check it out. Nice and clear. We had some sunshine, a few clouds rolling through, and so a beautiful looking sunset today on our camera. Here's what it looks like tonight. However, you see more clouds off as the sun is getting ready to set here on our Legends Casino Skycam. Currently 47 degrees. Our feels like temp is 41, and our winds are a little breezy right now at 13 miles an hour. We'll get to all the details and break down that weather forecast even more coming up. Austin?
Beautiful night. All right, Stacy, thank you. Only Apple Valley News Now was at the scene of a SWAT standoff in Hermiston on Theater Lane and 4th Street yesterday. We brought you live breaking coverage both on air and online. Well, new tonight, we are on your side with new details in the incident. Authorities tell us that the standoff ended peacefully shortly after 10 p.m. with the arrest of 2 people. 30-year-old Jesse Fote was arrested on an outstanding warrant with ties to a pursuit in the Richland area. The Umatilla County Sheriff's Office says 24-year-old Emily Wagoneer, who was also arrested on an outstanding warrant in a separate case at that home. The U.S. Marshals and investigators with the Sheriff's Office have been searching for the man who is known to frequently be in the Hermiston area. Nobody was hurt. Authorities say a 14-year-old in Selah is okay after being hit in a crosswalk by a driver making a left hand turn from Goodlander onto 1st Street. The driver reportedly told police the sun was in her eyes as she was making the turn and didn't see the teen in the crosswalk. Police say because the teen wasn't seriously hurt and the driver stayed to answer questions, she was cited for failure to yield, which could result in a fine. Police say that's what you should do if you accidentally hit someone, because even if the victim isn't hurt, leaving could escalate the situation into a criminal case.
In Washington state, we recognize hit and run as a crime. It can involve either people or property. If you hit somebody, in this case, and then would have left the scene, there would have been much more severe penalties associated with it.
Now, at this point, teen pedestrian is okay after being hit by the car. Police say as the weather is warming up and the sun is out more, there is also a good reminder for drivers to pull over and use their sun visor or sunglasses for better visibility. Hey, we have a reminder tonight about tomorrow's lane closure over the Blue Bridge. Crews will close the southbound right lane tomorrow morning starting at 7. It will remain closed each day until 6 p.m. for the next few weeks. The closure is all part of the project to repaint the Blue Bridge. The bridge's northbound right lane will eventually close as well. A hearing took place today in the state legislature for an initiative that would ban an income tax in Washington. Initiative 2111 would prohibit state and local income taxes in Washington state using the IRS definition of income. Washington does not currently have an income tax. However, the state does have a capital gains tax, which collects a portion of stock or investment earnings. There are 6 initiatives to the legislature this year, including one that would repeal the capital gains tax outright. If the legislature does not vote in favor of the initiatives, they will be placed on the November ballot for a statewide vote. Democracy in action in Michigan, the state holding its presidential primary today. President Biden is facing a protest vote among Democrats in that state regarding his handling of the Israel-Hamas war. Some Democrats checking the uncommitted box instead of voting for Biden. Michigan is home to the largest Middle Eastern and North African population of any battleground state. Republicans in Michigan also participating today in the presidential primary. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley remains in the race, but she is contending against former President Trump, who still has a considerable support.
I vote for issues. I don't vote for people. Security of our borders, the economy, jobs.
Haley vows to remain in the race for the White House through Super Tuesday. That is 1 week from today, when more than a dozen states will hold their primaries. And a reminder that Washington State holds its presidential primary on Tuesday, March the 12th. Ballots have already gone out in the mail, and you can fill it out and return it as soon as you get it. For the presidential primary election only, you are required to select a political party. Well, there were high-stakes talks at the White House today as President Biden met with top congressional leaders to try to break through their legislative deadlocks, including the looming border security and aid for Ukraine. During the meeting, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer put pressure on House Speaker Mike Johnson to pass funds for Ukraine. And with the U.S. starting down a domestic funding deadline Friday, Speaker Johnson said he is optimistic they can keep the government funded. The president gave a stern warning of the dire consequences if lawmakers don't reach a deal in time. But on the topic of new border security, neither side laid out a bipartisan path forward. Apple Valley News Now live at 5 is on your side with more local news and weather coming up. Still ahead, a new addition to Sun Valley for migrant students. We'll have those details. And we are going to see some wet and windy conditions. Our Stacy Lee tracking your first alert weather forecast next on the news at 5.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck? Our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
Tonight, the Michigan primaries. What these key battleground voters are really thinking about their choices. Plus, the Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal talks, where things stand. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched newscast on television.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99, Wednesdays only at KFC.
A Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Announced today, the Yakima Nation will receive up to $32 million to boost clean energy projects. The award supports the Yakima Nation's goal of converting inefficient open water irrigation canals into a solar and micro hydropower irrigation system. This new system could conserve up to 20% more water and help residents save up to 15% on their utility bills. The project also includes building solar panels on land and does not disturb cultural resources, as well as training local tribe members for at least 10 full-time jobs. This is the single largest investments by the Department of Energy in tribal infrastructure. The funding comes from the bipartisan infrastructure law. Senator Patty Murray commented, quote, "This announcement is great news for the Yakima Nation as they continue to work on improving grid resilience, boost their renewable energy supply, and strengthen service reliability," end quote. Sun Valley Elementary in Sunnyside is working to make sure no children is left behind, especially when it comes to education. The school has its first migrant student preschool program. So far, there are 17 students enrolled. This program is in addition to 2 other preschool programs at Sun Valley. Principal Miguel Peña at Sun Valley says this new addition is a stride. It's a stride in closing the gap of migrant students not being able to or having access to strong start for their education.
Anytime that we can expand the number of days that students are in school settings is always a win for us. And we've seen over the last few years in our other preschool classrooms that the readiness gap has closed for those students by having access to an additional year of schooling.
The principal says by having that strong start, it allows students to have a strong finish. Now, coming up new at 6:30 tonight, find out what else the school is doing to make the program a success.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And I want you to just take a look at that beautiful sunset tonight. Dust Devil Sky Cam in Pasco, beautiful golden sun, but the clouds are there as well. So that is going to be changing here. 47 degrees, we're overcast and cloudy. Our winds are a little bit breezy this afternoon, 13 miles an hour. Our feels like temp is 41. Let's dive into what's really going on, though. The weather pattern, wow, we've got a big system moving in. We've got moisture coming in from the South Pacific, think atmospheric river. At the same time, we've got a system coming down from Alaska. So here's that big system that's going to bring that cold front down. We actually are experiencing a warm front, but things are going to be changing. This was the weather pattern today. We've been seeing light snow as the day progresses, more so. Now here comes that moisture from the south and the cold from the north. Those are kind of mixing in together. We'll see mainly rain showers here in our lower elevations, but heavy mountain snow. We've got lots of rain moving up to the Idaho Panhandle. Look at those snow flurries. And this is just the beginning. This is when it's going to just really get rocking and rolling, and that is on Wednesday. There's that snow already falling across the Cascade Mountains tonight. We're seeing some scattered showers starting to move into our area. We'll start seeing those move into the Tri-Cities. Walla Walla seeing some raindrops tonight, and look at the snow already hitting the mountains there in the Blues from La Grande all the way down into the Simcoe Highlands in that region. All right, let's take a look at our future cast. Here comes those rain showers tonight. Snow up towards Spokane, I-90, I-84 corridor here, and of course, let's not forget about the Cascade Mountains. We'll continue to see the snowfall through the region. We have active weather alerts and advisories all through the area. We're going to be picking up several feet of snow once again in the Cascades and a little over a foot or so here in the Blues on top of what we already picked up over the weekend and last week. There's that heavy band of snow on Thursday, Wednesday night into Thursdays when it gets really heavy. Then it starts to break apart. We'll continue to see rain showers through our region. More heavy mountain snow. The snow continues in the Cascades. It just keeps coming. So quite a system there. Let's break it down and tell you how much we're expecting. Cascades could see anywhere from 2 to 4 feet. This is through Thursday evening at 4 p.m. On top of that, count in those 40-mile-an-hour winds. East slopes 12 to 22 inches. Winds up to 55 there. The Blues 8 to 19 inches with 60-mile-an-hour gusts. Blizzard-like conditions are possible here in the Blue Mountains, Tollgate, Ski Bluewood area I-84. Difficult to impossible travel. And this is a good time to remind you what you need if you're going to get out on the roads. Let's take a look at Snoqualmie Pass tonight. Now, last night while we were on the air, Snoqualmie Pass closed. It was clear when I started my shift, and then it closed that quick. So that's what you're dealing with across the pass. But it's also a good time to remind you what to keep in your car if you're hitting the road. You want to have a nice little supply kit of batteries, your first aid kit, rope, sandbags, snacks, water. Those passes can close at a moment's notice. So be prepared. Have your phone charged up, extra blankets, and even some kitty litter to get you out of those slick spots around the area. Let's take a look at our temperatures tonight. If you remember last night, we were chilly. We were down in the 20s. We're slightly warmer with that quick warm front moving through. Temperatures tonight in the Columbia Basin, upper 30s and low 40s there at Hanford. We see the low to mid 30s in the foothills of the Blues overnight. For tomorrow, let's take a look. It's crazy that I see 60 degrees. Now, that's that warm front coming through, and we're staying warm in these lower elevations, but look at the difference just between Yakima and Tri-Cities, 8 degrees, and we're much cooler along the foothills of the Blues. So there you go. Let's take a look at your 7-day planning forecast. Look for windy, wet weather through Thursday, and even a chance of some rain mixed with snow on Saturday in Hermiston. Walla Walla is going to be wet and windy as well, with rain mixed with snow possible on Saturday. Let's take a look at Yakima. Wet and windy there. Again, those temperatures drop quite a bit from Friday to Saturday with a chance of mixed precip, and Tri-Cities looking at wet, windy couple days, and that rain mix with snow possible here. So a lot going on in the weather. My advice to you, listen to me closely. If you're traveling across those mountain passes, be prepared for difficult to impossible travel. Coming up, I've got your weather photo of the day. Austin?
60 tomorrow. That's disappointing because it's not going to last. All right, Stacey, up next on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5. Backlash against the Alabama ruling that embryos are children coming from outside and within Alabama.
Changing the nature of Richland's waterfront. Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6 Wednesday.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
The Chevy Silverado. With available Super Cruise connected by OnStar. Only Super Cruise lets you drive hands-free and tow hands-free. It'll help you get to the adventure energized, and it'll help drive you home. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2024 Silverado 1500 models, or get $5,000 total value on this Silverado High Country when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your community Chevy dealers.
It's a most unusual museum.
Just as wonderful as the inside is the views you can get from the outside.
High on a hill over the Columbia Gorge.
What I really love about it is the people who come.
Fly the Northwest over the Maryhill Museum. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Stan, you're right. The only thing better than video games
are virtual reality video games.
Especially when you're in a player versus player battle arena.
And you're right about Hollowgate being another fun thing you could do at Triple Play.
Yes, I win another round.
That makes Roy 9, Stan 3.
Epic comeback incoming.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
If I wasn't too big to fit in there, I'd whoop them both.
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 8 853-222-2222.
New developments now in the fight over IVF treatments following the controversial ruling from Alabama's Supreme Court that frozen embryos are considered children. Alabama's governor is now supporting a new law that would state the opposite, saying frozen embryos are not considered children. And Alabama's Attorney General says he has no intention of prosecuting IVF families or providers. That's in vitro fertilization. Democratic senators held a press conference earlier today. Responding to the ruling, Senator Patty Murray had this to say about it.
You cannot support IVF and support fetal personhood laws. They are fundamentally incompatible. You are not fooling anyone. Women aren't just going to forget who is responsible for this, who ripped away their dreams of building their families.
The fallout from this ruling could impact women and families all across the United States. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5. Here is a live look outside from our Legends Skycam. Coming up, Stacey Lee will be back, and tonight she has your viewer photo of the day. Hang tight.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Taco time got you feeling like a craving lunatic? Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Want to test drive US Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. US Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. Hey, I wonder if US Cellular lets me stream in my... Rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive US Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
At Goodwill, we're more than just a store. We believe in the power of community. Our devoted team of employees, working hand in hand with local business partners, unite to create opportunities for all. Within Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program that assists job seekers in crafting resumes, preparing for interviews, and grants access to community resources and information. We're not just building careers, we're building bridges that strengthen our community.
Goodwill, where your purchases and donations transform your community.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings on premium mattress sets.
Like $99 for each piece on any size mattress.
Or $5.99 for a king-size Sealy plush mattress.
Even a queen-size Sealy plush mattress for $3.99.
Beat the buzzer. With crazy prices like this, they won't last long.
Get here before Markdown Madness ends March 31st.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Taco time got you feeling like a craving lunatic? Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
And let's take a look at our viewer photo of the day. Thanks to my good friend there, Russell Garver. He said this was taken out looking out of his back patio. Now that, Austin, since you're new to the area, are the Blue Mountains. Look how beautiful they are. There they are. And that storm that came through last night. Now Walla Walla saw some grapple. They saw a little rain mixed with snow and even some snow yesterday afternoon. So thanks for sharing, Russell. And remember, you can submit your photos at Apple Valley News Now. /photos. We have a whole new way for you to submit them. It's way easier, so go check it out on our website. So good stuff there. And then let's take a quick peek. Well, we're not going to take a quick peek at anything.
Oh, well, stay with us at 6.
There we go.
We'll have more weather. World News Tonight is next. I'm Austin Reed with Stacey Lee, hoping your news is good news.
Have a good night.